2025 NFL Draft coverage on Keon Sports is brought to you by Chatty's Pizzeria, the home of Night 2 of the Keon Sports Live NFL Draft Show on Friday, April 25th. In the heart of Bay Village, at 28611 Lake Road, this incredible pizzeria offers a full menu of food and drinks. They have everything from a casual dining experience to the romantic setting of a long-awaited date night. Their food is made on the spot with fresh ingredients and classic recipes that the entire family will enjoy. From a cozy spot in the igloo to the party room, everyone will be taken care of. Call 440-471-4485. That's 440-471-4485. Or email info@Chatty's Pizzeria for reservations for the upcoming prime rib night. North Olmsted Sportsman Club. They offer a little bit of everything that the true outdoor sportsman would enjoy. At NOSC, memberships are open to everyone from novice to master. For those just starting, the Ohio Department of Natural Resources sponsors several adult and junior programs open to the public at NOSC. Everything is provided free of charge, including equipment, ammo, and targets. Also, don't forget Ladies' Night. Find out more about one of North Olmsted's oldest and most prestigious clubs at North Olmsted Sportsman's Club. Cement Mason Local 404 Union. Whether you are an experienced journeyman or an apprentice, their doors are open for you to join the union. Current and future demand for skilled craftsmen necessitates an apprenticeship program that takes into consideration practices of one of the world's oldest trades, along with instruction in new techniques, applications, technologies, and materials. The local 404 Cement Masons Joint Apprenticeship and Training Program, JATC, supports a world-class curriculum of instruction and on-the-job training for more than 40 apprentices annually. Union Cement Mason skills are honed with the most comprehensive apprenticeship training program in the industry. And JBL Roofing and Construction, with 25 plus years of excellence in roofing and construction, this family-owned and trusted company is your first choice in roofing needs. Experience the difference with JBL Roofing and Construction. You can find out more about them at jblrc.com. Hello once again for the final episode here of the prospect evaluations for the 2025 NFL Draft. Safeties going to wrap up this series. Again, I'm Cole McDaniel. You're watching and listening here on Keon Sports. So let's jump into the safeties here at number 3. Malachi Starks, Georgia. Starks is a free safety who maybe has the ability to move over to strong safety if needed in a scheme, maybe potentially even can play in the nickel spot as well. Plenty of versatility for this safety. He's really effective as a run defender, has a rare combination of track speed and violent physicality, shows advanced hand usage against blockers in the box. I like his change of direction skills and his natural instincts in zone coverage. His high football IQ is evident, and he shows natural hands and body control when playing the ball in the air. For Malachi Starks, sometimes he can get a little over-aggressive downhill against play action. His press technique needs refinement, and he'll sometimes try to trust his recovery speed a little bit too much in man coverage and gives up initial separation. I would like to see him take some better angles in pursuit when he is playing like a deep safety, and he could show some better discipline when maintaining leverage in zone coverage. Overall, though, a lot of great athletic traits from Malachi Starks. I think he is going to be a nice fit in the NFL. Just a matter of how far can he take his game? How successful will he be? I'm not necessarily sure, but I do think he at minimum will be a strong backup, strong rotation piece, maybe even potentially a very good starter. My player comparisons for him, Lewis Seen and Antonio Johnson. And he's probably going to be a second round draft pick, maybe sneaking up into the late first range, but I would say second round is probably the safest bet. The best fits for Malachi Starks are the Tennessee Titans, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Los Angeles Chargers. At number 2, Xavier Watts, Notre Dame. Watts is a true strong safety, and maybe he can play a little bit of nickel if needed, but I really like him at that strong safety position. He's exceptional play recognition, nasty closing burst to the football, and he's tough in coverage situations. I like his mental processing speed, his violent hands at the point of attack and run support, and his elite ball tracking skills. He's a versatile defensive weapon, and he's a special teams ace as well. Watts can tend to get over aggressive pursuing plays, and he's still developing consistency in man coverage. There is some tightness in his change of direction ability, and his tackle technique can afford to actually have a little bit of refinement before he enters the league. In zone coverage, his awareness is a work in progress, but I see a lot of potential for Xavier Watts to be a hard-hitting, tough safety at the next level. I think he will be successful. He'll make an impact very early. Player comparisons for him: Ronnie Hickman, Winfield. Winfield probably the ceiling for him. An excellent player. I'm very high on Winfield, obviously. And Ronnie Hickman's probably the floor. And Hickman is a good player who has been coming off the bench as a backup for the Cleveland Browns. But because of injuries, he's had to step up and spend time as a starter, and he's been productive when he's done that. So probably two good comparisons in a good window for him to fit in. Watts will be somewhere between a second and early third round pick. Think he will probably go in the second, like Starks before him. But an excellent player, and even if he goes after Starks, I think can't be discredited why I have Watts ahead of Starks. I think he's just a slight bit better, but a couple of very good safeties already starting off here as we talk about these guys. My best fits for Watts: the Atlanta Falcons, the Washington Commanders, Miami Dolphins, and the Denver Broncos. And finally, the last player to talk about, number 1 for the safeties, Nick Emanwari. This is a big, strong safety who has this tweener-like size between a linebacker and a safety. And this freakish size combo for him really leads to not just intimidating from a tackler, but the speed is actually quite surprising as well. He's a nasty striker in run support. He's an elite tackle radius and great closing burst. There's natural route recognition skills, and Emanwari, he's a quick mental processor. He brings a dog mentality on the field, and he's an exceptional safety when it comes to his ball skills. Special teams, he's going to excel if he spends any time on the field for special teams as well. He can be over-aggressive when attacking downhill, sometimes committing a little bit too early, taking himself out of a play. His high frame leads to him having some hip tightness, not being able to turn as well. Sometimes he also relies a little bit too much on his physical gifts, and rather than breaking down with technique. I'd like to see him work on his zone coverage a little bit more, and maybe he can improve that ability to turn a little bit quicker. But I think that's a little bit naturally just because of that size. Needless to say, he is definitely the top safety in this class. 2 other really good ones that I mentioned in this top 3, but he separated himself. My player comparisons for him: Kyle Hamilton, Tyler Nubin. Emanwari, he's going to be a first-round draft pick, no doubt about that. So look out for him and his name being called on night 1. Best fits for him: the Miami Dolphins, the Atlanta Falcons, New York Jets, and my wild card, the Buffalo Bills. Well, that does it to conclude this prospect evaluation marathon. that I continue to go through each and every single year to this point. For everybody who's followed for several years, thank you. For those who just started tuning in this year and have maybe watched all 11 of these episodes, happy to have you, and hope you took a look at the articles to see each position group going down to number 4 and then watching these videos with the top 3 for each. Needless to say, where do we go from here with NFL draft coverage for the 2025 NFL Draft on Key on Sports? Well, we're not done. So, next up, my full big board will be released. Go to keyonsports.com, check that out. All these prospects blended together in one sheet, and I believe that's a list of about 183 names this year for my big board. And then you have night 1, night 2 of the NFL draft live here on the Key on Sports YouTube channel. So as always, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you also turn on notifications, so when anything goes live here on this channel, you're able to hop on, tune in, and see what we have in store. Thanks again. Pleasure being with you, and enjoy the rest of this draft month.